Right then, lads, gather round. We've got a story that's hotter than a summer's day in Hanoi. Xi Jinping, the big man himself, just popped down to Vietnam, and it's causing quite the stir. This visit is a bigger deal than a Bugatti Chiron with a turbocharger. Imagine the buzz around town. This wasn't just a friendly chinwag over some foe. No, this was a high-stakes meeting with serious implications. This was about China throwing its weight around and showing the world, especially that bloke across the pond, that it means business. The stakes couldn't be higher. Xi's visit, sandwiched between stops in Malaysia and Cambodia, is all about showing Southeast Asia who their new best mate is. It's a strategic move, a chess game on a grand scale. Now, Vietnam's a funny one. They've got a history with China, and it ain't all sunshine and roses. There's been tension, conflict, and a lot of water under the bridge. But like a bloke eyeing up a shiny new motor, they can't help but be drawn to the economic powerhouse China's become. The allure of prosperity is hard to resist, and China, they're more than happy to flash their cash and make promises, investments, infrastructure, trade deals. It's all on the table. It's all about influence, you see. China wants to be the dominant player in the region, and they're pulling out all the stops to make it happen. This visit was about one thing and one thing only. China planting its flag and saying, we're open for business, mates. And we're not just passing through, we're here to stay. The message is clear. China is making its mark, and the world better take notice. This is just the beginning of a long-term strategy. The future of Southeast Asia is being shaped right before our eyes. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the bald eagle with a comb over. The US and China have been at each other's throats for a while now, and it's not just a simple disagreement, it's a full-on clash of the titans. The Yanks and the Chinese, well, they've been having a bit of a tiff lately. This isn't just a minor spat, it's a significant geopolitical struggle that's been brewing for years. You see, the Americans under that chap Trump decided to slap a whopping great tariff on Chinese goods. This move was meant to protect American industries, but ended up stirring the pot quite a bit. Naturally, the Chinese weren't too chuffed about this. They saw it as an aggressive move, almost like a declaration of economic war. It's like someone nicking your parking spot at the pub, only 10 times worse. So they retaliated. They imposed their own tariffs on American goods, hitting back just as hard. And before you know it, we've got ourselves a full-blown trade war on our hands. This isn't just a local scuffle. It's affecting economies around the globe. This tit-for-tat has sent shockwaves through the global economy. Markets are jittery, investors are nervous, and businesses are caught in the crossfire. It's like someone's lobbed a hand grenade into a China shop. Except the China shop is the world economy, and the hand grenades are tariffs. The damage is widespread and far-reaching, not a pretty sight. The repercussions of this trade war are being felt everywhere, from small businesses to large corporations, and the end is nowhere in sight. But while the US and China are busy chucking spanners at each other, Xi's been busy making friends and influencing people, especially in Vietnam. During his little jaunt, he signed a stack of agreements. We're talking billions and billions of dollars worth. One of the biggies is an $8.3 billion railway project connecting northern Vietnam with China. Now, this is more than just a train set for grown-ups. It's a symbol of China's commitment to the region and its ambition to build a new Silk Road, linking China to the rest of Asia and beyond. Many nations are on the agenda, primarily in ASEAN, think Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia. China has already signed a multi-billion-dollar trade deal with Spain and will probably sign more with European countries as well. Now, you might think that all this cozying up to China would have the Americans spitting feathers, and you'd be right, but here's the thing. Southeast Asian countries, they're a savvy bunch. They know they need to keep both the US and China happy. It's a delicate balancing act, like trying to ride a unicycle on a tightrope over a pit of crocodiles. One wrong move and, well, you get the picture. These countries are stuck between a rock and a hard place, caught in the crosshairs of this superpower showdown. And just when you thought things couldn't get any spicier, China goes and pulls a blinder, catching everyone off guard. They've decided to cut off the supply of rare earth metals to the United States, a move that has significant implications. Now, these aren't just any old rocks we're talking about. These rare earth elements are critical to modern technology. These are essential ingredients in everything from smartphones and electric cars to fighter jets and guided missiles. Without them, production grinds to a halt. It's a bit like China holding all the aces in a high-stakes poker game, where the stakes are global dominance and technological supremacy. The United States relies heavily on China for these materials, importing nearly 80% of its rare earth elements from Chinese suppliers, and this move has sent shockwaves through industries that depend on them. It's a bold move, one that could reshape global supply chains. But then again, the Chinese aren't exactly known for backing down from a challenge. They are playing a long game with strategic patience and precision. And if that wasn't enough drama for you, there's also a right kerfuffle going on in the world of semiconductors. ASML, a Dutch company that makes the machines used to produce these tiny but essential components, is caught in the middle of this US-China spat. The Americans are leaning on them to stop selling their kit to the Chinese, which would be a major blow to China's tech ambitions. It's all getting a bit messy, like a pub brawl that's spilled out onto the street. Dutch exports dropped dramatically in March because ASML was almost finished clearing a backlog of orders from China. The US started crying and said, "Hey, stop that." But amidst all this chaos, one thing's for sure. China's playing the long game. They're using this trade war to their advantage, positioning themselves as the reliable partner, the steady hand at the tiller. They're pouring money into infrastructure projects, offering loans and striking trade deals all over the shop. It's all part of their grand plan to build a new Silk Road, a network of trade routes and economic corridors that will cement their dominance in the region. They call it the Belt and Road Initiative, and it links China to dozens of countries by land and sea. So, what does all this mean for the future of global trade? Well, it's a bit like predicting the winner of the Super Bowl. It's anyone's guess. But one thing's for sure, the trade landscape is changing, and fast. The US, once the undisputed king of the global economy, is facing stiff competition from a resurgent China. And as the trade war rumbles on, the balance of power is shifting. So, there you have it. Xi's Vietnam visit was about a lot more than just smiles and handshakes. It was a clear signal that China is here to stay, and they're not afraid to throw their weight around. The trade war is reshaping the global order, and Southeast Asia is right at the heart of it all. Whether this new era will be one of cooperation or conflict remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a bumpy ride. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.